Guys, I finally did it.
Oh gosh, it took you long enough.
Chief cryptozoologist Jasha Drake of the Helgrindur volcano in Iceland outpost
Ooh!
submitted his first report.
Did you come up with that name?
Nope,
Helg.
that's a proper volcano.
Oh!
And the place where Maguma, in this fictional kaiju monster verse, was discovered and lives.
Yeah, so if you've been keeping up with the pod, you'd know that Jasha has joined a Facebook group dedicated to, looking after and being researchers for the various monsters.
It's pretty much a role-playing fan fiction kaiju fan club.
Yep, and they ask for what? Two reports a month?
Yeah, you need to submit 2 reports a month about what's happening with your kaiju you're assigned to look after. I had to send in a photo of myself. They gave me an ID badge.
Ooh.
Pretty serious stuff. And I've put it off for like 2 months. I finally submitted it today. It's already had so many good responses and feedback.
I will say,
they love me.
Before I came over tonight, you sent me a message saying, looking forward tonight.
Yeah, I was supposed to read looking forward to tonight.
And you sent a photo by I'm not going to say their real name, but I'll go by a Jake.
Well, it's by my director, the director in charge of
Director Jake.
Monarch Outpost.
We'll call him Director Jake.
Okay.
Who sent, no, that is a very good first report.
Yeah.
Now, I want to note that he didn't say that is a very good report. He said that is a very good first report.
and the nose at the start, because I was like, how is this? Is it too short? And he was like, no, very good first report.
No, it's a very good first report.
Do you want to read it?
Oh, do you have it?
Should I read it out?
How long
It is a bit long.
Give me the highlights.
Okay, this is it. Get yourself ready to be immersed in my report.
I've got my eyes closed.
Subject, Titanus Maguma. Well, I said to myself.
Wait, is this your official report?
Yeah, this is my report. Well, I said to myself as I walked up the middle staircase to the outpost's observation area. Never could have seen myself here a year ago. I straightened my cap and took a deep breath before reaching the top of the platform and looking through the hardened perspex, which fogged up underneath my breath. I still can't believe I'm inside an actual volcano. I thought Iceland was supposed to be made of ice.
Classic. Rookie mistake.
Rookie mistake. Makes no sense. Right now, I was looking out into the lava-filled caverns of the Helgrindur volcano, the lair of the Titan Maguma.
Oh my gosh, I can see it now.
Between a couple of large magmatic rocks, I saw him. First, his huge walrus-like face, sporting 2 huge pale tusks and whiskers, then the rest of his elongated body with a pair of fore and hind flippers and spotted brown skin.
Spotted brown.
Wow, I said once again only to myself. You're an interesting looking one, aren't you? Maguma only gazed blankly back at me. You ready for this final part?
Yep.
Well, looks like I'm just the crazy guy talking to himself once again, I exhaled, taking off my cap, brushing my hair back, then securing it back into place. But hey, I'm assigned to look after a big old prehistoric walrus. I'm allowed to be a little crazy.
Jasha, you got to answer me honestly. Have you ever in your life had a Wattpad account?
No, I haven't.
I couldn't have guessed.
I don't like that I've written this.
Are you proud of what you've done?
I don't like that I'm needing to write 2 reports a month. And apparently there's a big event coming up this month. I need to do like 4 reports. And this is your fault. And everyone listening.
Why is it my fault?
You guys have just bullied me into writing these reports. And now I'm stuck looking after Maguma, who dies in 2 minutes in the movie Ghidorah.
I'm so curious. How are you going to write 4 reports?
I don't know. My plan is I'm just going to he's just going to be hibernating. And I'm just going to be doing the most boring, mundane reports.
Can you do reports and have like a mystery, like a stupid, mundane mystery of like where your pen went?
Can it just be like mystery of the month? Well, cryptozoology, just Jasha. Megumi makes a short appearance in a sentence. Just, oh yeah, he's sleeping all right. He's looking okay. Rolled over a little bit, tossed and turned.
Cryptozoologist Jasha trying to find the best sandwich recipe.
What have I done?
Oh my gosh, once again, guys. Welcome back.
Are you testing the mic or is this our intro?
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Once again,
Once again.
guys. Welcome back to Where Are They Now? With Jasha and Micah Drake, your hosts.
Your hosts.
This is Podzilla, and we're talking about today Ghidorah, the three-headed monster.
Ooh, this is one we've been looking forward to a while because it is, supposedly the first big team-up between some of the monsters and kaiju we've seen so far in the Godzilla monsterverse.
You guys in the Discord, join the Discord if you haven't already. There's a link in the show notes. You can find it on our socials, but...
Jasha will put his Meguma report ID card.
My full unedited report there for you guys to look at. But yeah, a couple of you in the Discord were saying that this is one of your favorites, so I was really looking forward to watching it and seeing what we thought. It was also released in Japan as Three Giant Monsters, the Greatest Battle on Earth.
Doesn't that name just strike wonder into your little old heart?
Yeah, I mean, it's not the best name.
Give me a better name.
Well, I don't think like Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monsters is the best name for this movie as well.
Kaiju Clash.
Godzilla, Rodan, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Kaiju Clash.
Quadra Kaiju.
The Big Four.
Oh, the Fated Four.
GVMVRVKG.
I'm sure that makes sense.
Yeah, but we just watched it. I really enjoyed it. We watched it in real good quality. Check it out on the Criterion channel if you haven't yet.
Oh, good old smooth 1080p.
Yeah, it was good. It was good for a change. But did you want to take us through what this movie's all about?
A princess from Selgina. Selgina?
Let's go with it.
Selgina, a small Himalayan country, becomes possessed by the spirit of a Venusian. That's a...
Hold up.
Oh, no.
Is it a Venusian? Because it's
a person from Venus.
Yeah.
I'm calling it a Venusian.
Is it not a Venusian?
I'm going with Venusian. This is my plot.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
A princess from Selgina, a small Himalayan country, becomes possessed by the spirit of a Venusian and escapes from a plane just as it explodes. As this happens, a meteorite falls from the sky containing King Ghidorah, the monster responsible for her planet's destruction. At the same time, Godzilla and Rodan emerge from hibernation and not only attack Japan, but each other as well. Mothra, along with the two Shobijin we know and love, attempt to convince Godzilla and Rodan to stop fighting each other and to team up to fight the new monster. Godzilla and Rodan, however, refuse to help because they have no reason to save mankind, as both of them have always had trouble with men and men hate them. Mothra has no choice but to battle King Ghidorah on her own and gets continually blasted by King Ghidorah's gravity beams. Luckily for Mothra, Godzilla and Rodan return to help Mothra fight King Ghidorah after being impressed by her courage and selflessness. Thus, the battle for Earth against King Ghidorah begins. Meanwhile, the princess is being hunted by a group of assassins who want to kill her so that her enemies can take over her homeland. Then, just when their leader is about to kill the princess, King Ghidorah crushes him by knocking over a pile of boulders on him. Godzilla, Rodan, and Mothra finally drive King Ghidorah off. The movie ends with the princess going back to her homeland, and Godzilla and Rodan watching as Mothra swim back to Infant Island. Thank you, Gojipedia, for that plot. Now, there's a few things left out in that little thing. Some of our main characters, actually, reporter for the Tales of the 20th Century.
Mysteries of the 20th Century. And I'm not too sure what that was. Are they reporting for like a science fiction journal of sorts?
I think so. It seemed like a fantasy science fiction journal.
Yeah.
Things happening in the world.
It's pretty cool.
As well as her brother, a police man.
Yeah, as a policeman, a police detective.
Police detective is a better word. There is also a professor chucked in there as well, who is studying the King Ghidorah egg as it's fallen to Earth.
Yeah, so it's kind of this cool little cast of characters, kind of what you'd expect from a Godzilla movie: the professor, the policeman, the scientist, the reporter.
Apart from the kaiju battles, there is an ongoing plot line of the princess who has been possessed by the Venusian. And she's trying to warn everybody on Earth about not to go out on this boat because if you do, something disastrous will happen and you'll be attacked by Godzilla.
Yeah. She seems to know that Rodan's going to awaken at a certain time, Godzilla's going to awaken at a certain time, Ghidorah's coming and he's going to attack them at this place and time. Yeah, it was super interesting plot. A little all over the place, but I kind of liked it. It was out there.
It's weird because for the big collaborative movie of all these...
This is like the first big team-up movie.
Yeah, for the first big team-up, this movie sits at around 1 hour, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's packing a lot into this quite small time here.
And surprisingly, there's not a lot with the monsters. Like, this movie's called Ghidorah, the Three-Headed Monster.
Yeah.
Ghidorah only really comes into play at the end. Mothra is only really in it for a short amount of time. Godzilla and Rodan are only really in it a lot in the third act.
Yeah, for a long time it's about this princess and this policeman and this reporter trying to save her and protect her from those assassins that are trying to kill her.
It all kind of worked for me, but in saying that, I am starting to get how people in the Godzilla
realm,
in the Godzilla fandom, the Godzilla community, do say sometimes, oh, I wish it was less about the humans. That stuff was kind of boring. Because in this, I really, really enjoyed the parts with the kaiju.
Oh, absolutely. Like, this is the big thing we've all been waiting for. And I'd say those scenes with these kaiju and fighting are some of the... Well, not some of, they are the best parts of the movie.
Yeah, we have Godzilla, Rodan, Mothra. All three of them actually have, like, fully formed personalities in this movie.
Yeah.
And I was just really, really hoping that they'd show us more and more of it. And I really enjoyed the bits we got, but they're a bit overshadowed in the greater scheme of things with the whole princess subplot. What should we start off on? I mean, if we do talk a little bit about the whole princess subplot.
Yes.
So this is really the first thing we're introduced to. This princess, she's going to another country to try and escape an assassination plot. Mm-hmm. And then straight after she gets on a plane to leave, we learn that an assassin's planted a bomb on the plane. While she's flying on the plane, just before the bomb goes off, she looks out the window, she sees a glowing light. Someone speaks to her. Then she is told to get off the plane, and she just jumps out of the plane.
Yeah, and we assume that she gets possessed. Is possessed a good word?
Yeah, kind of possessed, or this alien...
Possessed sounds super evil, but it's more like this other personality takes over her. It is possession, isn't it?
It's possession. I mean, the whole kind of kickoff, or the thing that caused the plot to happen in the first place, is eventually we're told on the planet Venus, there's like a city, or there's people living there.
Civilization.
We know them as Venusians.
Venusians.
And King Ghidorah destroyed them. King Ghidorah went on a rampage, destroyed their city, destroyed their livelihood.
So King Ghidorah is brought up to be this like big overarching,
big alien bad kaiju. He's horrible, and the Venusians that did survive escaped from Venus and traveled to Earth as kind of comets, is what people saw them as in the sky. And only one of them actually survived entering the Earth. And this is the one that ended up finding the princess and possessing her.
Yeah.
And this Venusian's just going around everywhere they can and just warning us all of King Ghidorah. He's followed us here. His egg's gonna hatch. There's nothing you guys can do to stop him. And I really, really found a lot of that quite cool.
Shout out to Akiko Wakabayashi. Playing that priestess. She did a really cool thing in her acting where whenever she was possessed, she just had this very distant 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah, it was real out there.
Didn't falter for a second.
And I actually read up online that she took a performance and wanted it to kind of look like she was sleepwalking throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, you could definitely see that.
That's what she was going for, and you can definitely see it. It really helped the character and the performance. But the whole thing to do with the princess and the aliens, it was just so crazy out there for me. Very, very reminiscent of other like old school sci-fi serials we grew up with. Just the plots just out there. Even this this princess. What was she the princess of? A random fictional kingdom somewhere.
Well, Jay, she's the princess of Selgina.
Selgina, yeah, she's a princess of Selgina, a kingdom that all dress like they're wearing old Victorian dress wear, but then they have like sunglasses on and huge frills. It was just...
Selgina doesn't appear in any other movies. You can kind of see why. But the plot's also made a bit more extreme and extravagant by the inclusion of the Shobijin as well.
Yeah!
So you take this kind of out there plot, throw it even more out there. It's really throwing in all the fantastical aspects of the Godzilla movies we've seen so far, all into one bucket.
You have aliens. You have random civilizations and kingdoms living on Earth.
You have a giant intergalactic monster.
You have small fairies that are coming from their island in the middle of the water somewhere.
That's right. You have 3 other kaiju which have all showed up in other movies.
It's a grab bag of everything. Yeah. And I kind of loved it for that. This very much felt like, I don't know, the Godzilla movies that we know from the other bits and pieces that we've watched growing up. I know a lot of people think of Godzilla and they've just seen the most recent stuff, which is just a giant monster just destroying cities.
Yeah. No feelings or anything.
Yeah, when you really watch the Toho stuff and a lot of what we've already seen, just the sci-fi elements and the weird supernatural elements, this is really just a real good combination of all of it.
Yeah, we've gotten into a real good groove, I feel. And we've started to see like the through line of like how Godzilla and how these kaiju have changed and how the plots have gotten better. And going back to what you said about the kaiju, they have all started to get quite cool personalities now.
Yeah.
And that's aided by like the real updated costumes that all these kaiju, or kind of puppets as well that they're using for them. It's also aided by the fully choreographed fights where they can really show off the crazy moves and abilities that all these kaiju have.
Yeah, I really loved it. I loved each one of the kaiju in this. Seeing Rodan come back from Rodan's original movie. We need to say as well, straight off the bat, we'll talk about the Shobijin.
Yeah.
Once we're introduced to this whole princess plot and the alien plot, a couple of the characters are watching TV. And they're watching a game show or some sort of reality show called Where Are They Now?
Where Are They Now? And this is the best introduction for what's to come.
Yeah, it seems like a show where the presenters find famous people or people you might have heard of and you kind of meet them and see where they are now.
Yeah. And they bring on, so these 2 hosts, very charismatic, love them.
Yeah.
They bring on these 2 kids. And these 2 kids, you know the famous person they want to see?
Yeah.
They want to see Mothra.
Mothra. They want Mothra on Where Are They Now?
And everybody laughs at them. and we watch and we're like, oh, these kids. And these 2 hosts kind of strip away the curtains in the back and bring out the Shobijin.
The Shobijin are back flying onto stage on a little, I don't know what they're flying on, a leaf or something?
A carpet or something. The Shobijin, it's been established that they don't really ever want to stay in Japan. They always want to go back.
And they don't really like being paraded around and made to sing or perform. I mean, that was the plot of Mothra, that someone was taking them against their will to do all this stuff.
Now they're just doing it because they want to.
They're just back, they're happy to be there. At some point later on in the movie, they're like, oh, have us back anytime, it was a pleasure.
And these 2 Shobijin, you know what they come with?
What?
A new Mothra song.
A new song. Every movie, we're getting a new Mothra theme song.
How do you feel about this Mothra song?
It was alright. I think it's the weakest of the 3. But I enjoyed it. I can't remember it off the top of my head, even though I watched the movie like half an hour ago.
Masuda. No, you gotta join that. Masuda.
But then what's after that?
Something about like, you see our distant land.
Put a smile on your face. I can't.
Yeah. I feel like it would have been more impactful if we knew Japanese.
Typical Shobijin song. I appreciate it.
But as they're singing it, kind of like They implore us to close our eyes and
Yeah.
travel along with them. It brings us to Infant Island, where we see the natives worshipping the larvae form of Mothra. So the last movie we saw, Mothra versus Godzilla.
Yeah. Same year as this movie.
Same year as this movie. It left off with Godzilla being defeated by 2 Mothra larvae. And the Shobijin tell us that one of them has passed away.
Yeah, we're not told how, but there's only one surviving Mothra. And yeah, that's the one that we're stuck with in this movie. And it's in its like larvae form for the whole movie. We're told it's still a baby. It's pretty cool. I really like that we do get movies when we could just have Mothra larvae, and that's referred to as Mothra, the whole time.
Yeah, I love it.
Like, it's not what you'd expect if you showed someone this who has...
nobody would know it's Mothra.
Which kaiju is this? It's not Mothra at all. Yeah, it was real cool. And I guess after the Shobijin, all that happens and we're introduced to Mothra, guess who returns?
Rodan?
Rodan.
Oh my god.
We're taken to, I think it was Mount Eso?
Mount Eso, sorry.
Mount Eso. And I was like, wait, this looks very similar to the area where the 2 Rodans died at the end of the Rodan movie.
Yeah, you picked up on it. They hint at it with the name.
Yeah.
Which is like an Easter egg for diehard fans, I guess. Which we both got.
Yeah, we both
got.
Yeah, Rodan. But Rodan reawakens, which is crazy because both of them kind of die at the end of Rodan. One dies, is caught on fire by the lava, succumbs to it. Then the other kind of kills itself, deciding to lay down on the lava with the other Rodan.
Dies alongside the other one.
But one of them survives.
I guess it's a Mothra situation as well, where one of them is just staying dead and the other's still around.
And we're not told which one survives and which one doesn't, but it's pretty cool that one of the Rodans in Rodan is the Rodan we're seeing here.
Yeah.
One of the Mothra larvae in Mothra vs. Godzilla is the Mothra that we're seeing here. I'm really loving the continuity in this. And then, of course, Godzilla shows up, coming back out of the water where he was tangled up in Mothra's web and dropped into last time.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I love the continuity of these movies because it's something, again, that just completely went over my head watching these growing up.
Yeah.
You don't really know that they're all connected or follow a storyline of sorts.
And you can always see where the last one left off. Yeah, like seeing the introduction of all these characters and it's accurate to the canon. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was so good.
While we're speaking of all these introductions and references to other movies as well, you picked up on an Easter egg reference.
Yeah.
So we're introduced to at the start of the movie kind of this band of crackpot alien believers.
It's like a UFO club.
Yep, and they briefly go to the head ufologist.
The head of the organization. We'll call him a ufologist.
And you see his office, it's like littered with all this alien memorabilia. And right in the corner of the frame, you see a spaceship. And you said that we'd seen it before?
Yeah, well, I read this before. I remember when we watched Battle in Outer Space, which we've done an episode on. It's about a species or a race of aliens called the Nataral. And I remember when researching that movie, when we watched that movie and did that episode, that it said briefly that like a ship from this movie showed up in Ghidorah.
Ah, so you remembered.
So when I saw it in this, I was like, hey, it's the same ship. And indeed, it's a ship. It's a Nataral UFO from Battle in Outer Space.
Yeah.
So I don't know if in canon in the Godzilla world, someone has seen this ship before and then made a replica of it, or if it's just hey, Toho had this in the back lot, let's just chuck it up on the set.
But that's a few links to Mysterians now, which is real nice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I forget it's a Mysterian sequel, Battle in Outer Space. Craziness. Should we go, there's a little bit more we could go over in the plot, but should we just go into the monsters? We've talked a little bit about them already. King Ghidorah.
King Ghidorah.
His first appearance, this is one, again, I've said it, one of the big 4 Toho monsters.
Yep.
All 4 of them are in this. And this is...
Real quick, sorry.
Yeah.
Is Rodan in the newest series of Godzilla movies in the Monsterverse?
Yes.
So these 4 in this movie are all the ones that are now in the movies?
Yes.
Ah.
So these are the main 4 that they kind of... You have to bring these 4 back if you're going to do Godzilla. These are the 4 kaiju that you have to have. But yeah, this is the final one to add to our gauntlet, King Ghidorah. The whole movie's named after him. We've had Godzilla, we've had Rodan, we've had Mothra, and we've got Ghidorah, the three-headed monster. Pretty cool that each of these are just named after them. They've got self-titled movies. I really like the way he looks. He's this golden three-headed dragon that stands on two legs, has two tails.
So it's got chunky... It's a real weird-looking monster.
Yeah.
So it's got quite chunky legs, a big, scaled golden belly.
Mm-hmm.
It's all golden. No arms, no hands.
No.
Three very, very slithery, almost Eastern European type dragon heads.
Yeah.
Like the Orochi we've seen before.
Very oriental. Yeah.
We've mentioned that in the future. There's some history between them there.
Yeah, well, they actually based King Ghidorah's design off the Orochi.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Yeah. So they looked at different traditional kind of like Chinese dragons, and they looked at Yamata no Orochi from Japanese folklore, and they decided to make something designed off of that.
Nice.
You're right, though. It looks a bit weird. Just the combination of the real chunky, bulky bottom half, and then you've got the real skinny, floppy kind of heads that are really busy as well. He's got like a mane on each of the heads. He's got horns. He's got like a crescent on the head.
It's got spines along the back.
Wings?
Wings as well.
Yeah.
As well as two tails. So there's a lot going on King Ghidorah.
He's iconic, though.
That's right. I remember back when we were kids, you had a figure of him.
Yeah.
It was like the coolest figure just because, 3 heads?
Yeah.
Flying dragon? Dude, what the heck?
Yeah. I really like him. Even though he does look a bit weird and just awkward, especially, I guess this is the first Ghidorah costume. A couple of the scenes when he's flying around, it just looks a bit weird, and the heads are all flapping around everywhere. But I really loved it. And then when you see him in action with the other 3 kaiju in this movie, it doesn't get any better than this.
No, it's funny the way that they made him attack, because he's got this kind of lightning, electricity.
Yeah, it's called gravity beams.
Gravity beams. And they look like your classic lightning. Yeah, they look like your classic lightning.
Your classic lightning bolt.
Zip zapping all over the place. But because the heads, I assume they're on like 3 different strings and people are just pulling them, they're all over the place. So you see that the artists have had to track in these gravity beams just wherever the heads are facing. And it's amazing.
Oh, I don't envy them doing that. It would have been a job, but yeah, it looks great. This is Ghidorah's sound as well.
Was it a dolphin sound?
It's not a dolphin sound, but I guess it's real unique. It's not what you'd expect.
Yeah.
You've never, and I didn't realize this, seen a movie featuring Ghidorah before.
I don't...
You've probably seen bits and pieces.
Maybe a clip or 2, but not a full movie, no.
Yeah. So you kind of laughed when he made his roar, and you were like...
Does he sound like that in other films?
Yeah, that's his iconic sound.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that was Ghidorah, and then alongside him we got Godzilla. Classic. This is still the second generation Godzilla, all the way from Godzilla Raids again. He's had a bit of a journey to get here.
Yeah, biggest noticeable difference about this version is he has googly eyes now.
Yeah, so they keep updating his suit, and some of the suits in this, I guess all of the monsters' suits, but especially Godzilla's, he's got big old eyes that are constantly moving around.
Yeah. They're more animated than they've ever been.
Yeah, which I think was a good addition. It took a little getting used to, because he's really not looking menacing anymore.
No, and with the plot of this movie, Mothra is trying to convince these two to stop fighting and team up against Ghidorah. So there is this plot thread of Mothra is trying to like persuade these two others and talk to them, and you get quite a few scenes where they have these personalities now, and they're very, very animated and over the top. Kind of because you understand now that they understand each other.
Yeah.
And they're talking to each other.
Yeah.
It's a nice and... Like you said, it takes a bit getting used to. But it's a nice inclusion.
Yeah. And Godzilla's kind of personality, what do you feel like his personality is in this? He seems a little dumb.
He seems like a little bit of a thick bully.
He's a little simple-minded dude, but he's kind of got a little bit of a heart of gold. Like, when he sees his friends in trouble, he sees Mothra in trouble later in the film and goes straight away to help her out.
Now, we got Rodan as well.
Yeah.
Who we all know is
one of my favorites.
Pterodactyl.
Mm-hmm. It's not just a pterodactyl, though. He's got spikes on his front. He's got a couple horns, you know? It's enough difference.
How would you say Rodan's personality is?
Real, cheeky and snarky, I feel.
Yeah.
There's a real great scene when kind of the first kaiju battle we get in this is Godzilla versus Rodan for a lot of it.
Yeah.
And they're just fighting and fighting and fighting. We had some really funny scenes when they're like chucking a rock back and forth at each other.
Oh, yeah.
Godzilla throws a rock at Rodan. Rodan bounces it off his head back at Godzilla. Godzilla catches it, throws it back at Rodan. Rodan hits it back towards Godzilla.
And then they have this like back and forth rally for like a good 5 or so throws, just hitting it with their
Mothra
heads.
shows up and is just sitting watching them, head turning from Godzilla to Rodan to Godzilla, and you get Mothra is so good.
After this movie, Mothra's probably my favorite kaiju.
They're both Godzilla and Rodan are just stupid. Mothra's real onto it, and she's just like, "What are these two doing?"
Yeah, Godzilla reminds me of a big old bully, like you said. He has got a heart of gold.
Yeah,
Rodan reminds me of like the little weaselly underling.
yeah.
You remember A Christmas Story? Toady?
Toady? Yeah.
Is his name Toady?
Well,
What's
the
his
two
name?
bullies in A Christmas Story. I don't know. I know who you're talking about. The big one, the tall, lanky one, and the little one.
It's the little weaselly one.
Yeah, I get ya.
Rodan's like a little weaselly, cheeky one. Another great scene between them is when Mothra comes along and is trying to convince these two. They're still fighting. There's nothing Mothra can do but start webbing them up using its silk breath. She webs up Godzilla. It's all fine. He stops. She webs up Rodan. Rodan just stops and just turns his head and stares at her.
Well, even before then, he's just laughing his head off when Godzilla gets tied up. And he's like, "Oh, great. This is the best thing ever." And then when it happens to him, you're right. It's just like, he goes just still.
But he's got this like real skinny head and just like mouth agape. Just like there's the funny. I want to make it into a GIF. I want to add it to our. Dude, can we make that a GIF on our Discord?
Yeah, let's do it.
Emote? And just stares toward her, and it's the best thing ever.
Honestly, does it get better than the kaiju scenes in this? I really love it. I really love the personality. I really love the kaiju. It's just great.
Yeah, that's right. Godzilla's googly eyes. You've seen. We both love the Sound of Music movie.
Yes.
They look like the puppets in that not ventriloquism.
The Lonely Goat Herd
The
song?
Lonely Goat Herd song.
High on the hills is a low... Yeah, totally.
Like going back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah, just the way that they just turn from
Very
one side of the
easy,
eyeball to the other and then back. Yeah, real funny stuff. And I mean, they looked great in some scenes, and there's some scenes in this they didn't look too great, when you can tell the actor might not be in the costume or bits of it is bending that should have been bending. There were some scenes with Rodan when it must have been just like a black piece of paper that they cut out in the shape of Rodan.
Yeah.
And it's just like the camera's on it, just flying across this sky backdrop. And it just doesn't look great.
Yeah, I kind of realize now how hard it must be for the creators of this movie to have Godzilla in a human suit. There's an actual person.
Yeah.
And then have a flying creature as well.
Yeah, and not just one. I mean, Rodan's flying all the time. Ghidorah's flying a lot of the time. And a little bit that I was reading up about, they actually initially wanted Mothra in the Mothra Imago, proper flying form.
Yeah.
But they decided to cut it because they thought it would be way too much trouble having 3 flying kaiju in a movie.
Fair enough. I agree.
So, yeah, it must have been crazy, right, to just coordinate that, because there's no people in there when they're actually flying. It cuts to a different puppet.
Yeah, when you have scenes where some of the moves Rodan does is he picks Godzilla up and flies with him for a bit.
Yeah.
You can tell that it's just like one kind of creation with the both of them flying together.
Oh my goodness. Some of the fight scenes in this?
It's hard to do. The fight scene, yeah.
That one time when Ghidorah's following Rodan just turns around and then just flies straight on into Ghidorah, and they both fall to the ground.
It's great.
When Rodan picks up Mothra on his back.
That's probably one of my favorite parts of the movie.
Yeah.
Rodan, picks up Mothra onto its back, and Mothra is just like silking King Ghidorah. There's so many kaiju names now.
Yeah, I know.
Silking King Ghidorah from the air. I'm really excited for the future combinations that these kaiju are going to fight with.
What team-ups we're going to get.
You were saying that they need to make a Godzilla game, a proper good Godzilla fighting game.
The more we watch these movies, I'm just like, we need a new Godzilla game. I want to play as these monsters.
I think there was a recent one, like in the past 10 years or so.
Yeah, there was something that came out for PlayStation 4, I think, called Godzilla. just based off the new MonsterVerse movies. But I think it was just single player, and I think you just played as Godzilla, and it didn't get too many good reviews.
I don't know if that's the case. Yeah, there is a Godzilla game. Look at this. 4.8 out of 5 on eBay.
I don't think eBay's the place to go for video game reviews.
I think you can play as the other kaiju.
Really?
Yeah, playable kaiju. Godzilla, Anguirus, Rodan, Mothra, King Ghidorah, yada yada yada.
Whoa, so it's not just MonsterVerse stuff.
Gigan, Jaguar. I want to play this game now.
I didn't.
I didn't realize there was a recent, actually pretty good Godzilla game.
I, for some reason, thought it was just a single player, boring old Godzilla experience. If you guys have played it, let us know, because we'd love to.
Oh, that's probably why.
Need to look into it.
IGN 4.5 out of 10. Digital Spy 1 out of 5.
Oh.
Everything's below 5
Yeah.
out of 10.
Yeah. I don't think it was well received, and that's why it's kind of disappeared into history. We need a new good Godzilla game.
Good. Oh, gosh.
Put us in charge of a Godzilla game.
We gotcha.
We could do team-up battles, make it so that Mothra can jump on Rodan's back, 2v2 matches.
You can actually buy co-op moves.
Oh.
You can buy team-up moves by spending real money.
You reckon?
Loot boxes full of kaiju and kaiju
let's
moves.
just scratch that whole idea.
Maybe don't put me in charge.
Yeah, those are the kaiju. They're real great. Shobijin, I guess they're not kaiju, but they're fairies. They're close.
Always stand out. Always love them.
Really great. Sadly, though, this is the last film that features the Peanuts as the Shobijin. So we got a good run. There were the Shobijin and Mothra versus Godzilla in this movie. But when the Shobijin return next time, it's going to be 2 different actresses, sadly.
Is there a reason why?
I don't know. I didn't look into it.
I love them. The Peanuts are amazing.
Yeah, they were great.
Like, they're an icon for me of these movies, Jaysha. I don't want to see them go.
Yeah, well, the Shobijin are coming back. Who knows? They might be better.
They can't be better.
And I wonder what they'll do, if it will be the same characters or if it'll be new priestesses.
Yeah, that's
to
true. It could
Mothra.
be different.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Anything else from the movie that really stood out for you or for the plot that you really loved?
From the plot, I did love, like, we haven't talked about them much, but the main characters of this movie, there's the reporter, the policeman. I do love the police. I need to find his name, but he's good. He and his sister have quite a good dynamic, I feel.
Yeah. Real cool brother-sister dynamic when they're joking around for a lot of it. He's making fun at her when he sees her with a guy, being like, oh, that's your boyfriend, eh?
Yeah.
We see them at home together, and she's just making him uncomfortable, kind of reaching over him for the TV.
Yeah.
You see him just lounging under the table while he's eating food. It's just
Oh, it's great.
pretty cool stuff. Pretty natural feeling.
Yeah,
family
that's
life.
right. It's a natural feeling of a sibling relationship. Yeah, not much else to do with the story. The human side of things, the human story wasn't the most exciting in this movie. There was a fun scene near the end. There's the shootout between the policeman, the priestess,
And the assassin.
and the assassin.
Yeah.
The assassin's got a rifle and the policeman's got his very, very small gun.
Yeah.
They're on two opposite sides of a ravine, and it's this real cool shootout. The priestess gets shot in the head,
Yeah.
regains her control of like who she really was.
Yeah. Princess.
Princess, sorry.
Yeah.
Our policeman gets shot in the hand and then shot again in the arm. And right when the assassin thinks he has it, King Ghidorah starts the avalanche. And as the rocks fall into the ravine and start
He's going to
crushing
get covered
him,
by the rocks.
he's going to get covered by the rocks. But then he grabs onto one of the rocks. Like, they're not going to be real rocks, they're polystyrene. But he grabs, like, this polystyrene boulder. And they would have only had one take to do this scene. So he grabs on it, hesitates for like a second,
Holding this supposed to be heavy boulder.
and then just like falls off the cliff backwards.
Oh, so funny.
Sorry, it gave me.
We haven't really seen like something like that in these movies
not a
yet.
real big goof up.
Like
no.
a real goof. No, it was real funny. Oh, what else have I got here? I had that. Also had just a couple of the exchanges when our leading lady talks to the princess when she was possessed. And you notice that the princess is reading when the lights were off, and she goes up and she says to her, "Hey, you can read in the dark?" And all the princess is just, "I'm from Venus." Just a couple
So matter of factly.
Yeah, Didn't you know? From Venus, I can see in the
Venus.
dark.
I'm a Venusian.
Venusian. It makes sense. And then in the same kind of sequence, while that's happening, we get the Shobijin moving around the same room. And just some of the sets, the practical sets with the Shobijin, they've obviously made larger-than-life light switches and bookcases and all manner of things for the Shobijin or the Peanut Sisters to actually act with. That's way bigger than them, that really, really helps make them look tiny in the movie.
Yeah, and then sometimes they cut out those scenes and comp them into the real life-size scenes of the others.
Some really cool visual effects work in this.
Cool, yeah.
They're getting better and better. Miniature works is better than ever. They just keep getting better and better with things.
Yeah, the scene when King Ghidorah is raining destruction with its
gravity beams. Which doesn't make sense because it's obviously lightning, but yep. He's also got some sort of like magnetic force that brings pickaxes on top of him.
We'll maybe see that later on. Yeah. But real cool destruction scene where all of the buildings are being zapped and exploding. Oh, speaking of things being zapped.
Yeah.
Mothra.
Whoa! Well, Mothra, not being able to convince Godzilla and Rodan to help save the Earth, goes up to fight Ghidorah herself, by herself. Still in her larvae form.
Selfless.
Everyone knows she's going to die. She knows that she's probably going to die.
Yeah.
Ghidorah just instantly hits her with a gravity beam, and her whole body just like ragdolls.
Thrown up into the air. I still don't know how they did it. It's
like folds over.
Yeah, it looks like somebody just grabbed her and threw her up in the air. But I couldn't see anybody.
It happens like 5 times in a row, and then Godzilla and Rodan eventually step in and help her.
But those 5 times...
Oh, like, don't get me wrong. The fight scenes in this weren't great. Like, they're terrible fight scenes. They're real over-the-top, goofy, cheesy stuff.
Yeah, they're goofy.
They don't look like proper action sequences. But I loved them so much.
Yeah.
They're just...
A lot of them don't have that weight to them that you would feel in a real fight.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like that's what the newer Godzilla movies would
totally.
do. But there's such a range of stuff they do.
Yep.
What was that?
Nothing.
Like, yeah, all of these monsters get a real cool chance to showcase their abilities. Like, take Rodan, for example. In its first outing, in its first movie, all it really does is use its supersonic beam.
Yeah, it flies over people.
Sonic boom.
Bursts? Sonic boom wings?
When it's flying and kind of breaks the sound barrier, causing destruction on everything. In this movie, it gets much more of a chance to kind of play around a little bit with what it can do.
Yeah.
Slams full force into King Ghidorah.
Moves just its wings in front of it to create kind of like a mini tornado type thing.
Yeah, pushing Godzilla away. Picking literally everybody on their head.
Can we talk about Godzilla's fight moves? Throwing a rock.
Don't forget throwing a rock.
Throwing a rock?
And hitting a rock with its head.
Do we say he kicked a rock, hit one with his tail, hit one off his head, threw one in his arm? It's so funny that he uses his atomic breath against Rodan, and then as soon as Ghidorah comes up, he's just like, I'm just going to throw rocks.
You're right, I don't think he uses his breath at all.
No. Oh, classic stuff.
Godzilla.
Should I go into some of the trivia here for it?
Yeah, give me a bit.
So, the early concept for King Ghidorah was to not have him gold, but to have him rainbow-coloured.
Oh.
Each of his wings would be the colours of the rainbow from top to bottom.
Oh.
Most of his body was purple, and the 3 heads from his mouth were going to initially spit fire instead of lightning or gravity.
That's quite cool. Is there concept of that at all?
Yeah, there's images.
Oh, really?
There's publicity stills. A couple of the actual main posters for this movie in circulation show him with this rainbow-coloured colour palette. And yeah, it's just really, really funny. And it was kind of... They went back and forth over what colour to make him. They wanted to make him crimson or completely red at one point before they decided on gold.
You've got a picture now. I quite like that design. It reminds me of Mothra a little bit, just because how there is a lot more colour in there.
Yeah.
Although, there's just something about that gold colour.
Yeah, and nothing we've seen in this universe yet has been that gold colour. So it's, yeah, it fits him real well.
I'm looking forward to the new movies, dude.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Give me like a year or 2 and I'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there eventually.
We'll get there.
It's a little while down the track yet. Last thing I've got here is that ever since this movie was released, and at the time of release, people thought that in your typical Ishiro Honda style, he was trying to say something bigger with this movie. Did we say this was directed by Ishiro Honda?
It's directed by Ishiro.
Yeah.
That's probably a given unless we state otherwise.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, everyone thought, hey, what's he trying to say with this? And for the longest time, people thought that Ghidorah was meant to represent the threat posed by China, who had just developed nuclear weapons around the time of this movie. So China was creating nuclear weapons, and everyone just thought at the time, and some people have thought since, that Ghidorah is supposed to signify and symbolize this new nuclear threat posed by China.
I guess, at a stretch, I guess you could see that. I mean, Ghidorah is said to have destroyed all of Venus and the Venusians.
Yeah.
And now he's come to Earth to destroy it as well.
And we need to team up. I mean, it took Mothra, Rodan, and Godzilla together to take down Ghidorah.
The worst of us need to put aside our differences.
Yeah, but the screenwriter of this has never really commented on it, whether or not that was what they were trying to do. But Honda did eventually come forward and say that they really just wanted to make Ghidorah Yamato no Orochi,
who we have actually seen before in the Three Treasures,
which takes us through the creation of Japan as believed by Shintoism.
Yep.
And yeah, Orochi was awesome in that. An 8-headed dragon with 8 tails, very similar to King Ghidorah having 3 heads and 2 tails. But they wanted to take Yamato no Orochi and create something equally as menacing and memorable. They put a little twist on it to make it be an alien from outer space. And yeah, Shiro just said, it's fine for the audience to think whatever they want. I do try and make some of my movies have messages, but I do not believe that the way this was written was with a political notion.
Right, okay.
So, yeah.
Fair enough.
To be honest, we probably overthink a lot of these movies. People have probably done this. When he starts making statements with a lot of his earlier stuff, people have probably put a lens over every single movie and be like, oh, he's trying to say this. But
yeah, that's true.
I think Ishiro's just having some fun sometimes.
I think so. Real quick question. I don't know if you know the answer to this. You mentioned they brought King Ghidorah in because it was reminiscent of Orochi.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why they didn't bring in any of the other specific kaiju that we've seen so far? Maybe Varan or any of the other ones we've seen?
I'm not completely sure, because, yeah, we've seen Varan, we've seen Anguirus, I mean, we've even seen Ghidorah and all the random other kaiju that we've seen in even the very adjacent movies. I don't know. I don't think a lot of those movies did as well as...
Yeah, it is probably just an issue of...
Yeah.
These are going to reel in the viewers.
Godzilla did well, Rodan did well, Mothra did really well. Let's create some crazy huge threat for them all to face. And Varan's not really a crazy huge threat. Maguma's not really a crazy huge threat. Yeah, I love this movie. I'm just going to say it. It was really, really cool.
It's a good movie.
It was really fun.
Especially if you want to see like how cool these kaiju fights can start getting.
Yeah.
Watch this movie.
Totally.
Okay, Jasha. How many Ghidorah heads would you give this out of... I'm tempted to say 3, but let's go 5 to keep it consistent.
If Ghidorah had 5 heads.
If Ghidorah had 5 heads.
Ghidorah's 3 heads and 2 tails.
That's yeah. Oh, there you go. Perfect.
How many Ghidorah appendages?
Ignore the legs, ignore the wings. Heads and tails. How many heads and tails would you give this?
I really don't know, because I had a blast with this.
This is a hard one, eh?
All the plot lines to do with the humans in this didn't take me as much as the stuff with the kaiju, and I just wish there was more of that. However, I appreciated how out there a lot of the plot was. And there wasn't a moment in this that I wasn't really smiling, I wasn't having a good time. And this is, as I said before, the best that we've seen each of these kaiju at, just with personality, with them touching on movies that have come before. They haven't really done that to this extent when Rodan pops up. They all know Rodan. When they see the Shobijin, they all know the Shobijin. They know that Mothra lives on Infant Island. We haven't had that connective tissue.
Yeah.
And this is just a really great movie. It encompasses everything that I love about the Godzilla films. And I'm going to give it 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5?
Heads and tails.
I like it.
I probably need to dwell on it a little bit more, but I just had a lot of fun with it. I can see past some of its faults.
A lot of our ratings are quite fluid. I know I personally, afterwards, I'm always like, oh, I wanted to change this a little bit. I think I'm going to say, in the wider perspective of movies, this isn't a great movie. It doesn't really stand out too much in terms of like plot, or it's not vastly different from any of the other kaiju or Godzilla movies we've seen so far. But if you have been following along with the Godzilla movies, this is quite a cool first payoff.
Yeah.
So seeing everybody come together, it's like the first Avengers Endgame. Oh my gosh, it's a really cool feeling.
The first Avengers Endgame. The first Avengers.
It's like, yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's the first. Endgame is what I like attribute to like the big crossovers.
Yeah.
No, it is like the first Avengers. I mean, one of the coolest scenes in this movie is right at the end before they scare away King Ghidorah, is they just all pile onto him and together they're fighting. And it's really cool to see that with all of these characters we know so far. The plot isn't too great. Visual effects have been ramping up steadily. It's cool. The kaiju have their own personalities now, and I hope that continues. I'm going to give this a safe 7. So I'm going to include the wings.
7 out of 5?
7 out of 5. No. Oh, gosh.
You're telling me you're cutting up one of Ghidorah's tails to give us a 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
3 heads and a half a tail.
2 tails and 2.5 heads.
No.
3.5. Oh my gosh.
Matt, why did you choose this?
I don't know.
Why are we doing heads and tails?
You're right, I'll go with the 3 heads and I'll cut off all but half of the tail.
3.5 out of 5. Nice,
Or
yeah.
half of one tail.
And even just you touching on that, just the whole Avengers thing that we keep coming back to, it constantly, I mean, it doesn't cease to amaze me just that this franchise, the Godzilla movies, are so connected across many different movies, different franchises, different monsters. And it's connecting it up in such a great way that we already know a lot of their stories, their origins. Yeah. It's the template for all these huge franchises. Avengers and every other thing that's come since. Everyone's trying to do massive franchises. Godzilla was one of the first. And it's
Absolutely.
Really, really cool to see it pay off. Well, that's us for Ghidorah, the 3-headed monster.
That's right.
That was a really good time. If you haven't seen it already, check it out. And we're going to see Ghidorah very, very soon.
More sooner than you might think.
But before we get to him, we got another little bit of an adjacent one.
Oh, dude, what's the crazy, fantastical kaiju that's going to appear in this next movie?
Okay. Brace yourself.
I'm ready.
The next one's called Frankenstein Conquers the World.
Oh?
1965. Ashiro Honda.
Oh, okay. My curiosity has been piqued.
You ready? I'll give you a little bit of a synopsis for it. During World War II, Germans obtained the immortal heart of Frankenstein's monster and transport it to Japan to prevent it from being seized by the Allies. Kept in a Hiroshima laboratory, it is seemingly lost when the United States destroy the city with the atomic bomb.
Wait, United States destroyed Japan?
Hiroshima. What really happened.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
So, when the United States bombed Hiroshima, little did they know, Frankenstein's heart was sitting there. And years later, a wild boy is discovered wandering the streets of Hiroshima alone, born of the immortal heart.
Ooh.
We're watching this because in the movie, Frankenstein apparently goes up against another kaiju called Baragon.
Ooh, that name is familiar.
Yeah, Baragon shows up in a lot of different Godzilla movies. First one after this being Destroy All Monsters.
Oh, can't wait, dude. Can't wait.
Yeah, so going to be good. But thank you so much, everyone, for listening.
If I might ask, if I might be cheeky, slap us a little 5-star rating.
Yeah, we really appreciate you guys that have rated us wherever you're listening to us.
Even if it's not 5-star, even just ratings in general help us to know if you're liking the podcast.
Yeah, let us know what you like. Let us know what we could improve on. Flick us a message if you ever want to do that. We're always around we'd always be keen to chat Godzilla.
Join the Discord to see Jasha's report and see all the amazing GIFs that might come from this movie.
Yeah, it's going to be good. But I guess other than that, we can't do a Mothra song to take us out. There's going to be so many movies featuring Mothra.
Yeah, I think we might need to nip it at the bud here.
Yeah, just, I reckon, moment of silence for the second Mothra who didn't make it before this movie.
Rest in peace, Mothra 2.
That's been Podzilla with your hosts, Jasha
and Micah Drake. Follow along on our socials at PodzillAPod and jump into our Discord via the link in the show notes.
Huge thank you to Cassie Celine, who did our podcast art, and our very own sister, Shemaya Drake, who does our episode thumbnails.
Let's go. And just a disclaimer that any musical sound effects used in this episode belong entirely to the Toho company. See you guys next episode.